Hi there, my name is Sarah Sievers, and welcome to my presentation on special education issues, trends, and evidence based practices for EDS 795, the Special Education Director class. Today, this presentation will discuss three key practices for special education improvement. First will be co teaching, next, high leverage practices, and third, multi tiered systems of support. What is co-teaching? Co-teaching is defined as two teachers, generally a general education teacher and a special education teacher, working together with groups of students, sharing the planning, organization, delivery, and assessment of instruction, as well as the physical space. Co-teaching stems from an inclusive education framework in which the regular teachers work alongside special education teachers to teach children with diverse abilities and needs. What are the components? Developing inclusive classrooms where students with diverse needs can benefit from the expertise of two educators can be adopted by following popular co-teaching strategies, and there are 6 in all. First one teach, one assist. One teacher takes on the lead teaching role while the other assists the students in support of classroom management. Second, one teach, one observe. One teacher takes on the lead teaching role while the other observes and collects predetermined information about the class. We have station teaching. Co-teachers plan a set of independent activities to be completed by small groups at separate stations over a set time limit. Student groups rotate through each station during the lesson, and each teacher can move around the groups to provide direct instruction and support. Parallel teaching. This is where we have the class that is divided in half, and each co-teacher teaches the same content to one half of the students. Groups don't rotate, and the lesson's timing should ideally run parallel to the other group. Alternative or differentiated teaching is a strategy that involves a teacher teaching a large group of students while the other teacher teaches a smaller group specifically targeted material. And then team teaching, which can stimulate creativity as you discuss each other's teaching ideas. The co-teachers break up components of the lesson, take turns teaching, fielding questions, giving feedback, and sharing the classroom responsibilities. Again, you can pick one of these 6 and kind of do a combination of them all to best meet the needs of you and your co-teacher's learning style as well as your classroom. So there's benefits of co-teaching for teachers as well as students. So for teachers, it's supporting inclusion and differentiation. We have more one-on-one time, you have small group instruction, increased feedback, the holistic assessment and curriculum. We have some collaborative planning, implementation, and reflection on learning and outcomes and teaching practices. We benefit from professional development as we're continuously learning, as we're being exposed to various perspectives, values, and methods to improve our own teaching skills and professional goals. Teacher efficiency. Transparent teaching, supportive environment, and improved confidence is a benefit. Learner and teacher well-being. Inclusive and responsive environment, social emotional support, fosters respect and understanding of the diversity, reduces stigma and discrimination, and reduces burnout. And positive pedagogical impact. Expands knowledge and opportunities to refine pedagogy. What are benefits of co-teaching for students? Access to general education curriculum for students with disabilities. It provides social outcomes for students with and without disabilities. It increases student engagement, more individual attention, improvement of a student's social skills, increased self-esteem and confidence, and behavioral and academic expectations can remain high for students with disabilities. Students with disabilities were provided with positive role models and overall improved Tier 1 instruction to meet the needs of all learners. Next, what are high leverage practices? Well, high leverage practices, also known as HLPs, are instructional approaches educators in K through 12 can use to teach different types of learners and content. High leverage practices are organized around 4 aspects of practice: collaboration, assessment, social emotional behavioral practices, and instruction. These 22 practices are divided into the following. So under collaboration, we can collaborate with professionals to increase student success, organize and facilitate effective meetings with professionals and families, collaborate with families to support student learning, and secure needed services. In the area of assessment, we can use multiple sources of information to develop a comprehensive understanding of a student's strengths and needs. Interpret and communicate assessment information with stakeholders to collaboratively design and implement educational programs. And after special education teachers develop instructional goals, they evaluate and make ongoing adjustments to the students' instructional programs. Social emotional behavior, we're able to establish a consistent, organized, and respectful learning environment, provide positive and constructive feedback to guide student learning and behavior, teach social behaviors, and conduct functional behavioral assessments to develop individual student behavioral support plans. In the area of instruction, we're able to identify and prioritize long and short term learning goals, systematically design instruction toward a specific learning goal, adapt curriculum tasks and materials for specific learning goals, teach cognitive and metacognitive strategies to support learning and independence, provide scaffolded supports, use explicit instruction, flexible grouping, strategies to promote active student engagement, the use of assistive and instructional technologies, provide intensive instruction, teach students to maintain and generalize new learning across time and settings, and provide positive and constructive feedback to guide students' learning and behavior. What are benefits to high leverage practices? Well, according to the Council of Exceptional Children, high leverage practices in the field of special education is leading collective action among teachers. The high leverage practices, when used to design a cohesive set of practice based opportunities to support teacher candidates and practicing teachers, help ensure that students with disabilities learn at high standards to achieve their potential. Finally, what is MTSS? Well, our multi-tiered system of support is an integrated system of quality, standards-based instruction, and interventions that are matched to students' academic, social, emotional, and behavioral needs. This multi-tiered framework promotes school improvement through engaging, research-based academic and behavioral practices, employing a systems approach, using data-driven problem solving to maximize growth for all. There are 3 tiers when we talk of MTSS. Tier 1 refers to the high quality instruction that is provided to all students in the general education classroom. Tier 2 refers to the interventions that are provided to small groups of students who need more support than they're receiving in Tier 1. And Tier 3 refers to the interventions that are provided to those individual students. There's six key tenets of the MTSS framework. All students are capable of grade level learning with adequate support. MTSS is rooted in proactively and prevention. The system utilizes evidence-based practices. Decisions and procedures are driven by district, school, and student data. And the degree of support given to students is based on their needs. And implementation occurs school-wide and requires stakeholder collaboration. And what are our benefits to MTSS? Well, the Minnesota Department of Education states that a systematic, continuous improvement framework for ensuring positive social, emotional, behavior, developmental, and academic outcomes for every student. The Minnesota MTSS provides access to layered tiers of culturally and linguistically responsive evidence-based practices and relies on the understanding and belief that every student can learn and thrive. And in addition, it engages an anti-bias and socially just approach to examining policies and practices and ensuring equitable distribution of resources and opportunity. I hope you enjoyed this presentation on 3 of our key special education trends and practices to meet the diverse learners that we work with. Thank you so much.